Joining us now from Northampton University in the UK is Paul Jackson, a specialist in the rise of the far right. Paul, Sweden has been seen for decades as the home of centrist politics, a society where gender equality flourishes. Yet here we are, the day after a general election, with an anti-immigrant party becoming a political force to be reckoned with.
Yes, I mean, it's certainly interesting, but I think also we should be careful not to exaggerate the impact of this. I mean, the majority of people in Sweden still have voted for that more moderate centrist type of politics that you've talked about. We need to be careful not to explain that these growths of the far right as somehow being the dominant trend. They're still a minority voice.
And as you say, there's still a minority voice, and it was estimated that they would get somewhere around 25% of the vote, yet they only got around 12.9, didn't they?
Well, as you say, the vote count has been lower than perhaps some of the media hype might speculate. And we've seen this also the case in France and in the Netherlands in recent years as well. So, as I say, there is a growth of this type of politics as politics fragments more generally across Europe, but that doesn't necessarily mean that this type of politics is the dominant force.
Having said that, there obviously is a lot of interest in the fact that they are doing well. What is driving their support?
Well, here, as elsewhere, there's been a great play around the politics of immigration and concerns around migration are talked about a lot. And there's also a sense of distrust in mainstream political positions or the way in which the state can govern for people. So those are some of the key driving factors that these types of far-right parties play on to gain support.
And do you think, despite the fact that they didn't do as well as predicted, that they are going to continue to grow in strength?
Well, I mean, I think some of the recent analysis around the potential growth of far-right populist politics in Europe does suggest that there's probably going to be a ceiling to which these sorts of parties can rise to. And I think we're probably hitting the ceiling of those sort of potential gains that these parties can make in the next few years. So we are seeing them do better than, say, a generation ago, but there's still, as I say, only so much appetite for this type of politics.
Paul Jackson there from Northampton University, thank you.